Hola Colchoneros, welcome to Atleti Fanatics, and we are back with another episode. And this time we have to talk about the review of the game against Celta Vigo, which happened this Sunday. And I mean, again, our dreadful away performance, like it continues. For some reason, we just can't get a win away from home. And again, I'm telling you this, like, we're not winning anything this season if our away form continues like this, because I remember like something similarly, which was, I think, last to last season, yeah, when Morata started the season with he started the season very good, and then by the end, like, he was just fading away, just like Griezmann did last season. But anyway, so yeah, last season we had a very good chance of qualifying to the Champions League final again. And then what happened? Like, we did good at home against Dortmund, and then away our away form was very bad, and like we lost to Dortmund. And I mean, this is the same thing I'm seeing right now. Like, we have 0 wins away from home. We faced Mallorca. That was a draw as well, where Gallagher scored, and then again we conceded later on. And then before that, Alaves, again a draw, which was, I think, a very again we took the lead, and then what did we do? We gave away a penalty. And then the first game of La Liga against Espanyol, played very good until the 70th minute, and then gave away 2 goals. Liverpool, we all know how that went. Virgil van Dijk with the header at the end. So we keep making mistakes, and like, if you look at these matches, like the all 4 matches, like, we keep making mistakes. If you just look at the goals we concede away from home, all those 4 games, we make so many mistakes. And like, we keep saying that. I mean, like, again, we have to go back to that Longley issue. Like, we keep saying this, like, Longley is a good rotational player at the moment. Like, he can't be a starter. But
I don't agree. I've said this, right? It's not about if he's a starter or not. I think if this is the level that you're giving, regardless of if you're rotational, you come off the bench, you're starting, whatever, this is the level you give it. I don't want you in my club. Because there are players who can take up your spot, who would be willing to take up your spot, who want to come to Atletico, who want to take that chance. And for some reason, Simeone and furthermore Carlos Pizarro believed that Longley, at 30 years old, deserved a 3-year contract. Couldn't tell you why. They didn't give this kind of leniency to Godin, which is probably one of our best centre backs ever. But they gave it to Clément Lenglet. I'm not sure I completely understand that one. But if I don't want to rant about Longley specifically. I think we'll talk about some of the parts of the game itself and what we like or disliked about the game, and then what we think could have changed in the future. We will
I
talk.
mean, I mean, like, I would say, like, this nothing. Like, after the 30th minute, like, it's just like, like a team, like, it just, they have to, like, step down, because again, you can't do much after the red card. You have to step down, and just
It,
because of one mistake, the whole team has to suffer. And look at the players who suffered from that. Javi Galan was subbed on. Javi Galan was subbed out. That was a very bad if you're a player. Julian Alvarez didn't have a single shot on target. He didn't have a single shot. I don't even remember if he had a single shot in the game. There you go. He suffered. And then the whole team suffered. They had to run up and down, up and down. Nico Gonzalez has to run up and down, up and down. Even though Nico Gonzalez had a good chance to make it 2-0, that was a very
last
good boom. Yeah, that was a
last in the
very
Eagles
good ball by Koke, by the way. That was a very good ball. And
But yeah, let's do
I
some
mean,
quick thoughts on the first half. How did you feel, Alex? Up until the Longley era, let's say, how did you feel about the first half?
well, I would say we definitely started slow. Like, we didn't start like as we usually start. Celta Vigo. I mean, like, I almost conceded like within the first minute with Bora Iglesias. Like, and Marcus Llorente is marking Bora Iglesias. I mean, that's never a competition. Borja Iglesias will beat Marcus Llorente 10 out of 10 times in air. So that's not a competition. Borja Iglesias had a clear header. He missed it. And somehow we were saved. But then again, I think Robbie Lenormand did pretty well against Borja Iglesias until that goal moment, obviously. And then I mean, Longley. I mean, what should I even say? Like Longley. About I want to say this about Longley. Like like he had like 4 yellow cards before this game as well, and that too like pretty early on the game. And even though like you guys can argue like yes, that was very soft, that he just grabbed and like he just fell down. You can say so, but I mean, this is La Liga. The referees are shit, and especially Soto Grado. He's always looking for excuses to go
So
against us.
don't
I
give
mean,
him
you
an
can.
excuse. Like literally, you don't.
Exactly. Like he, okay, the guy just went away from you. Like fine, like like there's this one thing Enzo Maresca said recently when he lost to Man United. Like I'm happy with going 1-0 down rather than being a man down, because again we can come back in the game. But like when you go a man down, like it gets very difficult. Like we had this moments past season as well with Pablo Barrios taking a red card in the Champions League and then in La Liga. But then you see the thing is we have our fans over there. We have our fans to push the team. We don't have anything over here. So yeah, the team will suffer, and there will be a time when you'll concede and be like be happy that it didn't result in a loss, because Celta Vigo they were really bad. They couldn't create any chance, and like still you managed to like concede one goal. I mean, I was worried because I thought like we're gonna give Celta Vigo their first win of the season.
I felt that way too at the start, to be honest.
Exactly. And then it was just like stupid mistakes. It's not like like I'm. This is what makes me angry. Like like this individual mistakes hurting us time and time and again. And then what you do is like you just keep playing those. Like you keep playing on those mistakes. I mean, Longley had like at least, I don't know, like because of Longley we lost at least 9 to 12 points last season,
If not more.
if not more. Yeah, I can just remember those 9 to 12 points, and now like again, you're doing the same. Like I don't understand. Like you have two left backs, both of them are on the bench. Like fine, I understand. David Hansko is definitely a much better option on the left back than Rogeri and Javi Galan. I agree on that fact, but again, like you have like Ruggeri is there. Celta Vigo is not like we're not playing Real Madrid. We're not playing Valencia. We're not playing Sevilla. We're not playing Villarreal. We're not playing even Real Sociedad. Even they're so bad. I'm talking about like the big teams in Spain right now. We're not playing any big team in Spain right now. Celta Vigo is a mid-table team. There's no threat. I mean, like you played Ruggeri against Frankfurt. Frankfurt is a much better
He was
team.
just fine actually.
Exactly, and Frankfurt is a much better team than Celta Vigo. And but again, you can trust Ujiri there, but you can't trust Ujiri in the Celta Vigo game. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't understand this. Like, sometimes, like, seriously, it doesn't go over my head. But just, why can't you like give consistency? Ujiri doesn't have to go for international break. He can play those 90 minutes easily. But then again, you always have to fuck up with this formation. Like, this, I don't know what to say. But anyway, the first half, I would say Griezmann was looking good in the first half. And then that was a great ball to Pablo Barrios, which I think Pablo Barrios fucked up. He should
Low
have
key,
either,
but it
yeah,
worked out.
it worked out, yeah, which I think like Pablo Barrios either should have released it early or he should have taken a shot. But then, yeah, I guess like he was in two minds and then he fucked up and then, yeah, eventually it ended in a own goal. And then seconds later, he was limping. I was like, fuck, not again injury, please, not again injury. But it wasn't an injury. But then again, the game went on. We had a few chances with Nico Gonzalez, and then I think
Did he hand
that's
chance?
and the Hansko chance. Yeah, but I think that was Like for a La Liga keeper, like I expect him to make that save. But yeah, maybe David
Yeah.
Hansel could have been better for sure. But yeah, that's it. That's it. I can't remember any chance after that. In the second half with Koke, like maybe half chance, but again, Koke is
Cookie's not
very
fast
slow.
enough anymore.
Exactly, exactly. There's no way he's getting on that ball. So that was a good ball. But anyway, that's it. That's it. I remember. And then again, Longley do something stupid as that. Like, come on, man. Like first, I agree. Fine, you missed the tackle. The player goes down. Yellow, clear yellow. The second one was a very soft yellow. This was even a softer yellow than the Vinicius one on Mourinho. Like,
I I I I think it is one of those things where it's like, yes, a referee could 100% let it go, but it's such a stupid thing to do, knowing that you're on a yellow, knowing you just made a mistake, knowing that he is in no threat and you have cover right over you. Like you look over your shoulder, and go and Lenormand are right there. You know what I mean? There's no reason to make that challenge. And you get the yellow card not because it was a dangerous tackle or these other things, but because you were warned and you decided to make the challenge knowing that there was no real threat too. So you have to take it.
but I mean, this is what I hate. Like the player just like going down easily, and it goes against us. And like when our players try to
Don't
do the
hate the
same,
player. The game is the game. If he play in it, he has to
no,
play.
but like it doesn't go well. Like Bora Iglesias for me again. Like if that's like two yellow cards, Bora Iglesias should have been sent off as well. If
True,
you're
but
talking about like two,
we're
I
not
mean
talking
again,
about
like
consistency with La Liga refs. That's
yes,
not the
again,
issue.
and like I'm not saying like Bora Iglesias should have been sent off because again, some referees would leave that away. But like if you're not letting our fouls go away, how are you letting that go away? Like you get me, and like his fouls are even more intense than ours. He's literally stepping on foot and from behind as well.
If we're being 100% serious, Borja Iglesias fouls would have done more damage to the players and would have been more egregious than either of Longley's challenges. But that doesn't change the fact that I think it still was the right decision to send off Longley. Does that mean that I think Borja Iglesias should have been sent off? No, but in terms of consistency, probably. But that doesn't change how I feel in terms of I think Atletico is a good enough team that, regardless of a bad referee like Sotogrado, we should have been able to properly challenge this game. I think before the red card, we were going to win this game. I think that was like a thing I was slowly becoming to accept.
I mean,
So,
the chances were coming up for sure. Levdansk had a chance. Nico Gonzalez had a chance. There would have been more chances. Julian Alvarez
mhm,
would have been more involved in the game. But after the red card, like you can't really do anything about it because again, you have to defend that 1-0 lead. Just can't go and like attack, and then again for one mistake, every like the whole team has to suffer.
mhm.
Which for me, like I mean, like again, like I said, like we don't have our fans to push our team even with 10 men away from home. Nah, there will be a time where the opponent will definitely get a chance, and yeah, they did, and they scored.
I don't have too much to say about the first half that I think you didn't already cover. To be honest, um, I think I think the only comment I'll make is I'm a little surprised that the players who were rested in the Frankfurt game, like Giuliano and Nico, were probably the most tired, it seemed, in comparison to the players who started in the Frankfurt game. So Griezmann, Julian, Koke, Barrios, we call it Lenormand, and Llorente, perfectly fine. Nico and Giuliano, not too hot. Hanko had actually some moments where he was a little shaky, where he was making a few bad
Eh,
passes in the first half.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. I think David Hansko, like he in the first half, like I think with the positioning and with the final ball, I think he was not that good.
But this is kind of the problem as well. I think Simeone also doesn't like if he starts off a person in at least with Hanko, or at least recently, if he starts him off at left back, he doesn't want to switch him to a centre back later on in the game. So he'll either sub him off or he will change the position of the entire thing. So more than likely, I think it's a bit weird. It's like if you see Hango start the left back, he won't come in as a centre back unless somebody comes off, like in the case of Longley. He had no intention to put him as a centre back today, which is kind of frustrating knowing that Borja Iglesias is really their only threat. And we decided to not like neutralize that threat by giving Longley, which is giving a free chance. I don't know why you would do that, but I digress. Um, so that's all I have to say about the first half. But in the second half, I think we were fine until the subs started happening. So Galan is fine. Galan comes in as a left back because you now have to move Hanko towards the centre back. Fine by that. He did a good job until eventually he got subbed off, but I think that was a tactical decision. Nico Gonzalez, I'm surprised at how long he stayed on the pitch. I didn't think he was looking very good in the first half. I thought he would eventually come off. I understand the
Magai,
reason why he
Magai,
took off Griezmann first
Magai
because
even played as a left back.
yeah,
I
he
saw him
did.
as a
Yeah,
left back.
I think I know the reason why he kept him on is because I think Griezmann in the first half, while he was doing a very good job, was now forced into a role that he's no longer comfortable in. He can't cover the same amount of grass. I saw Koke talking to Griezmann. It's like, you need to cover these things and whatever. But you just realize he just can't do it. So he had to take off Griezmann, which is kind of unfair, I think, to Griezmann of what he did in that first half. It was really, really good.
Exactly like he was finding the spaces and he was finding the right time and right place to pick the players as well. I mean, like he created that Pablo Barrios chance. He created that David Hansko chance.
He was
So
going to do more, but
exactly,
situation changed.
the situation changed. I mean, the match changed literally from there. But
So
again, Celta Vigo
we,
didn't really threat much. It was just
yes,
us.
it was only until I think he decided to sub off Koke that I think the match became a lot more volatile, right? Which is something I tweeted about it, right? And I was saying, look, realistically, the players who can't come off right now are Koke, Barrios, Hanko, and probably Julian. You can't take off those four players because
But
we
they
need
have.
them.
I mean,
And
Julian, like
all
I
four of those
expect, like
players, with the exception of Hanko, all of those players came off, which is
I expected Julian to stay. I expect because again, if something is going to happen in this match, Julian is a player who can make it happen. And
more
again,
than
the
that.
same thing.
More than
And
that, though. While that is true,
exactly with the pressing as well. Yeah, with the pressing and again
right?
with but I don't know. Like I had mixed feelings as well because again, like we had space to cross the ball as well, which we were doing, and but then we needed someone up front as a figure.
See, here's the conundrum, right? Julian offers you an ability to be almost like a sort of midfielder when we're in these positions. He can drop, he'll pass well, he'll facilitate, he'll hold the ball, he'll do everything he needs to do because that's the quality that he has for you. And then he also has the ability to run off the ball. He also has the ability to do certain things. However, he's not 6'4". He can't head a ball into the back of the net like that, right? Like that's not something he can do. But because of the fact that he is facilitating the passing lanes, we're now able to cross better. You take him out, you can't cross. You see what the problem is. So it's like
Yes, so
you can't
like
stop him from scoring out.
again, that's what I'm saying. Like like just
So
by one player going off, like everything
it
is different
cascades,
now. Like it's like
right?
you don't know what to do, like exactly. And then I think like Simeon did make mistakes
I
in this
think
match.
there was I agree. I think while I don't necessarily agree with the Gallon sub, it's not the end of the world change for me. But when I'm thinking about it, it's like, okay, well, if you put on Pubil, right, you change the dynamic, right? You go from Llorente being as almost a right-sided centre back, and Giuliano being the wide width, that and put Pubil there and then Llorente covering. Because while Giuliano was doing okay, it was clear that he needed help, and it would be better for Llorente to be there to stop them from even crossing into the box, and having Pubil to be as a person who can cover up afterwards and then also facilitate having good build up and these other things. You put in Molina there, the whole situation, you've now taken away Giuliano's passing ability and defending and made it worse. The build up has gotten worse, the defending has gotten worse, they have more chances. You're creating a chance for them to score. There's no reason to do that. But as you said in the preview, we was not going to get a chance. Molina Scoloni has Simeone's nudes. You can't do anything about it. Yeah, Molina was gonna come on, right?
No, no, not news, not news. It's just that
He has something.
you're exaggerating
Yes.
on that one. No, 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 not news. You exaggerate. Like, I'll explain. So Scoloni literally calls Simeone. He said, like, come on, man. Like, this guy has to play in the World Cup, so you have to give him minutes.
I
I need him
I
fit and ready for the World Cup. That's the only reason I see Molina playing that way. And no nudes, nothing. I mean, come on, that's
okay,
way too
okay.
much.
All right, my bad. I over exaggerated. But the point is, realistically, right? Bayana coming on is perfectly fine. I would be fine with Bayana coming on over Nico. You have Galan at left back, you have Bayana at left wing. While they are not
This
ideal
guy,
in terms of defending, they would have been fine, right?
This guy Sotogrado gave Bayern a yellow card.
Yes, first challenge, first minute, first right?
Exactly.
You could see as soon as that happened, you're like, okay, all right, buddy, I get it. You don't like us. I mean, that was clear from before. I think Celta Vigo ended the game with like one yellow card, which is nonsense. But I digress. I think you know what's funny. You could tell what type of coach or referee it is based off of the results, right? Italian referees have a tendency after they give an initial red card, they will usually be a lot softer on the initial team, and they will tend to give us another yellow red card to the other team to make it fair. That's how they mentally think about it. Premier League teams will probably give you another red card, the original team another red card, because they think you already made a transgression. You're looking for another one. It's like different things about it. I don't know what that's about, but I implore anybody who's hearing this, take a look at these games and notice, because it happens a lot in Syria where one person gets a red card, the other team will get a red card almost guaranteed. Same thing is the case for in Premier League. If you get a red card, you have a chance of going out to nine men. Yeah, it's really funny, but Spain is like they'll just keep treating you as harshly as they whatever they wanted. They get an excuse whenever. I remember seeing the we call it the information card. I was like, why are they giving us a red card in the first like 10 minutes? Nobody has a yellow card yet. Prelude to what is going to be, I suppose. But anyway, um, I think if you put on what do you call it, Bayana, right? You now have somebody who, while he can cross, what his best ability is finding spaces, being able to make those runs, being able to create a counterattack out of nothing. And then you have somebody who can make those runs in, at the time, Julian, and then possibly Llorente or somebody else. And then you can create those chances. But for the most part, Celta didn't have anything to create because with Koke, Barrios, Julian, um, Llorente, and all these other players, we were just passing our way out of any real problems, and we were able to really stop it from happening. So I was a little disappointed to see Gallagher there because we know Gallagher's not the best passer, and it just didn't really work out. Like the control we had is gone now.
Yeah, but I think like it was like on the fact that like we didn't have legs in midfield as well. Pablo Barrios was looking tired.
I get that,
Kuke was
but
looking tired. Juliano was looking tired. Nico Gonzalez was looking tired. Lorente was looking tired.
Llorente
There was
wasn't
this one.
looking bad to me.
He was tired. Oh, he was tired. He was tired. There was this one moment where the ball went out of play. It was a throw in, and Lorente was just walking back, and with the Oblak Lenormand saying like look front because they were about to play, and he was just walking. So like he was just catching his breath.
Okay, well, my
So
bad. But I think that it's like you have to do these things with the context and the knowledge of your team. I know that the players will be tired, right? But you can't put in bodies that are worse than the original players because what you're
yeah, no,
effectively
but
doing
I'm
is
saying is like like again, this is part on like this is one hand part on Simeone as well because look like you had an
not one
again.
hand, two.
I mean, okay, so like you had an intense match last week, Madrid derby. Then you have, I mean, like much more of a comfortable game midweek.
Hmm.
Celta Vigo, they have 0 wins. They're not really threatening you or anything. You can easily make
And they
changes.
played on Thursday. So then you can see in there at that level as well, right?
Exactly,
Celta Vigo is
exactly,
not 100%. You could have won this
exactly,
game.
exactly. You can make changes easily. like again, like you rotate so many players. This was the game we should have rotated some players. I mean, for me, Pubil should have gotten a start in this game. For me, this is the perfect game. We could have rested Marcus Llorente or Giuliano easily, easily, and then again, you could have started with Gallagher as well. And again, there was no need, like like to change Ruggeri. Ruggeri should have started at left back, but again, like why can't you start David Hansko as a left back? Oh, sorry, as a left center back. But
I would have been
anyway,
fine with Galan start, as I said, right? I said it in the preview. I said I would prefer Galan starting than Longley because I don't believe Longley is good enough here. So said, so done, right? Like, well, I'm not some prophet. Like he has a track record. He has a very bad track record. So I there's not much to say. I feel like we've talked about um,
I mean,
players
this
enough.
this could have been a perfect week. We look, Barca dropped points. We could have easily been, we could have easily closed the gap, and now
We
again
could have
it's
been three
back to
points behind Barca and continued
three
just
points
six
behind
points.
Barca. Exactly, and then continue on 6 points with Real Madrid, and we were just back. We were just back in the league, but now again back. So like we're now 8 points behind. What Real Madrid, and
You just
then
have to. Well, I think the only thing I'll say again is probably when you look at our centre backs. I believe in Jimenez. I think Jimenez is a great centre back, but Jimenez hasn't played yet, right? We're in October. He has not played a game of football for us. He hasn't played preseason for us. He was been injured since June. I know he was about to recover and then he relapsed, and that's unfortunate. But not necessarily very reliable. And we know him and his injury record. Follow up again. Hanko has been great for us. You're using him as a left back instead of a centre back. Lunamond, while not ideal, has been good enough to rotate and has been good enough as a decent enough ish level, at least in recent weeks, to say I can kind of sort of trust you. I can't say the same with Longley. And then you have the problems. So it's like we've went through four centre backs. One is injured. One you're using as a fullback. One is terrible, and the one is okay. So we have four, and then you don't want to play Pubil. You hate Pubil. Pubil sucks for some reason, right? You'd rather use your Rente as a right-sided centre back than Pubil. I don't know why. Or even Molina, who is terrible right now, like in terrible form.
Molina is getting ready for the World Cup, man. Like, come on.
He needs to. I say this genuinely. Molina should not be getting any minutes with Atletico. From like a meritocratic sense, like he is every time he's come on, he's made our team worse, and I think it's genuinely for the best that he leaves in the January, either on loan or permanent.
There was this like interest coming from Man City, which I don't know if it's true or
I don't
not.
know. I don't know if that's true. I'm surprised if of the news. We'll talk about it when it comes to it, but I need him to go. Like genuinely, I think him, Galan probably, Longley if possible. I'm begging.
Longley, I mean,
I'm
Longley, I don't
begging
know,
for
like
Longley.
three
I know he
years,
won't
three
go.
years. But then again, like our board is like who are you gonna sign?
I don't really
It's
trust our
like
board to fix it,
yeah,
but
like exactly. Like I think the next player
could be
you'll see a
worse.
board signing instead of Longley would be someone like I don't know. Uh, mm, mm, mm.
The genuine problem is Galan and Molina are surplus to means, actually, right? Like Ruggieri is a better fullback for me than Galan, and Pubil is a better fullback for me than Molina. Pubil has done well at right side of centre back and fullback so far this season. In the three games that he's managed to play somehow, Molina has been in almost every game. I don't know why, because he's been
World
terrible
Cup,
in everyone,
World Cup,
right?
World
But
Cup.
he's gotten small minutes in every game. Don't know why, but he's gotten small minutes. He's getting guaranteed minutes that he doesn't deserve. Because every time he comes on, he plays worse. And Galan, I don't have too much negative to say about Galan this season, but you are surplus to means. And I don't think you like we don't need a third fullback for each side. Like that's not something we need. A third fullback is supposed to be an academy player who has a chance in case somebody gets injured. Like that's not supposed to be a full-time professional earning millions of dollars. That's not how that works. So those two are surplus to means. Longley is just a matter of you are not good. Like it's really that simple. So if you can fill those players with like actually players that we need in other spots, like I don't know, a centre back, maybe a midfielder in case something happens again. Be it if you want to fill it with academy play, if you want to fill it with a cheap loan, whatever it is. Luis Mia from Getafe is having a great season. Maybe loan him out for 6 months. I don't know. That's not the point. The point is we know where we are. We know what happened in the transfer season. We know that Galan was supposed to leave. We know that Molina was supposed to leave. Grenada was a target to leave, which is why we got Pubil in the first place. Longley, I have no idea where he's hiding, but there are ways to fix this, and it should be addressed. So
True. But anyway, I think like Atleti has to fix their away problems because again, like like
yes,
this can be another trophyless season if we don't fix our away games,
I think that
and that's not a good look. That's not a good look, especially with Julian Alvarez on our team now, and especially with other clubs looking at Julian Alvarez.
I don't
That's not
particularly
good.
care for the other
I
clubs.
don't
I
think
think we should
I
be
don't
doing.
think he, yeah, I don't think he would like a career like Griezmann.
That I mean, Griezmann has a good career. It's just he hasn't had a Champions League for.
International, he has a good international career for sure, but
I
domestically
guess he has Europas and Super Cups, and
he never won La Liga. I mean, come on.
we came close. That's all I'll say.
Doesn't count, man. Gold medal is what counts. But come
I,
on.
Doug Griezmann. If Griezmann came in to our team in like 20, like in the year, if he started his career at the year that he left to go to Barcelona, or even the year after, right? We would have won at least 2 or 3 titles with him, genuinely, because we had João Felix and we managed to win a title with him.
If
That's not
Griezmann
because
didn't,
João
if
Felix was
Griezmann
here.
didn't, if Griezmann didn't leave, João Felix wasn't coming.
True, but my point is more so about it's just bad timing. He is going against Cristiano Ronaldo, Real Madrid, and then Lionel Messi, Barcelona. Now we have Yamal and Mbappe.
It's a different topic. But I generally think Griezmann leaving us paved way for more signings which we made.
I don't. We'll talk about that another time.
We'll talk
But
about it. I
but,
mean,
but
it's a good topic to discuss. By the way, it's a good topic to discuss. By the
we
way.
should, yeah.
Guys, let us know in the comment section. Would you love to like a topic on this one? If Griezmann would have stayed at Atleti,
What
like,
if?
what if? That's a good episode. Okay, do let us know in the comment
I
section if you guys want us to record that.
what we
But
would like
anyway,
to do though is we would like to talk about some of the recent tactics. So we'll try and look at that in a new future episode as well.
true. But anyway, let's just finish the episode with the ratings. Oblak. Again, Oblak
It's
didn't
good.
have anything to. I mean, Oblak didn't have much to do in the first half when like when we were playing with 11 men. Just he Bora Iglesias had a good chance. Yes. After that, there was nothing. This could
Hmm.
have been another game where Oblak was just like watching the game just like us. But no, this time Oblak had to come to the action, and
And
he
he was
did
doing well.
produce. He was doing pretty well as well. But I think that was very unfortunate as well because again Oblak saved it. The rebound just managed to go away towards the left hand side, and it was just easy goal. One of the easiest goals he will ever score in his life.
Hmm.
What if the ball just stayed over there? Maybe just I don't know went
Stayed a little closer
ahead.
to him. Maybe went further
Exactly,
to the left. You don't know.
exactly. But anyway, yeah, that's
So
very
your
bad.
reason?
But yeah, I think Oblak for me, I'll give him a 7.5.
Oh, what point, man?
7.5.
That's fair. I think that's fair. And what is your ratings for the back line? What do you think is the back line?
Backline, Lorente. Lorente, I'll give him another 7 because it was another, like difficult game, tiring game, I would say.
Hmm.
Robin Roman, for me, I think like he did pretty well against Borja Iglesias.
Hmm.
He did pretty well against him. So I'll give him Robin Roman, I'll give him 7 as well. Longley, minus if possible. And then David Hansko, I would say he didn't have a good game. I would say. I mean, like when he became a centre back, he started playing a bit good. But before that, like I didn't think David Hansko had a good game. So I'll give David Hansko a 6. What about you?
Interesting. I no, I think I agree with almost everything you said there. I think I was actually gonna be. I thought I was gonna be a little harsh on Hanko, but I think you're right. I think Hansko was. I think it's sad. It's frustrating because in that same game, Hansko, like, he comes as a left back, but he clearly could have been much better used here as a centre back. We could have just had a Ruggieri there instead. But I think I agree on everything. I think you have to just give Long there like a solid fat zero. It's, I don't know.
Uh,
We
exactly.
lost
I mean,
the we
he killed
lost
the game.
points for no reason.
He exactly he killed the game. He literally gave 2 points to Celta Vigo. Could have been worse as well. But anyway, right hand side, Giuliano. I didn't see anything from him. 5.
Yeah, I think.
Next, Pablo Barrios again. I think he had a good game. I'll give him a 7. And then
Mhm.
Koke, another good game, another 7, I would say. Nico Gonzalez,
Not so good of a game, to be honest.
5.5. I'll give you a point 5 extra just for the runs you were making. And then Griezmann, I mean, for whatever minute he was on, I think that was 7 until 30, 40 minutes. I think, yeah, that was 7. Julian Alvarez, 0 shots, just pressing. He was just, I think it was more like a cardio session for Julian Alvarez. Uh, so I don't know. I'll give him a 6 as well.
I'm surprised. I feel like this is one of those episodes where we just kind of like we just don't really disagree with anything. There's not much to say. Yeah, I'd agree. And then the subs, you probably was like Gallagher, Galan, we call it Molina, Solot, and Baena. Those are the 5 subs. What do you think of those subs?
Gallagher. Again, I didn't see Gallagher at all. Actually, I'll give him just 5.
You didn't see Gallagher, and we have 10 men. That's a really bad sign.
Exactly. Sorloth. He was winning those balls up front. He was trying to like flick the ball to the players who were making the run behind. So Sorloth, but again, like he was pressing. His pressing is really bad. But Sorloth, I'll give you. I mean, like still, like I was seeing Sorloth in the match. I mean, like you'd be funny not to see a 6'4" guy. That's true. But still, like I was seeing him as in like he was there. Like like he was trying to influence the game. So I did see him in that manner. So I'll give Sorloth a 6 in this game. But and a 6 doesn't mean that like Sorloth was very good in this game. I mean, 6 is not a good rating. But anyway, Baina. Again, I didn't see, like, yes, I did see a yellow card from Baina. I did see Baina trying to create a few chances. Just because the game was that way, we couldn't see most of our players because they were just pressing, they were just running after the ball half the time. So I think for Baina as well, I would say a 6. Molina, I just saw him getting dribbled by a player on the left hand side.
Same thing as in my
That's
okay game. Hey,
that's
such a
that's
funny guy,
true.
man.
That's true. That's true. I'll give him a 5. Javi Galan. I mean, it was such a bad day. Like you just get subbed on and then you just get subbed out. I
What's funny
mean,
is I didn't even think he played poorly. So it's like
ex-
there was a
as
bunch of
ex-
space on the left, right? But you can't blame Galan for that. We don't have a man to cover that space. Normally, that would be
true,
something who's covering there. So
true. And I don't even want to rate him, to be honest. Like
you feel
the
bad for him.
I feel bad for him. Yeah, you could just see the guy was disappointed, and and like Javi Galan is not a big player, so like it won't make headlines as well in the press or anything. There would be nothing said about that. But the fact that Raspadori didn't come on, the fact that Mark Pubil didn't come on.
You know what I
I mean,
was thinking?
Raspadori, you can use Raspadori. Has like some energy.
You know
You're a
what I was
man down.
thinking?
You can use some energy.
Literally the same thing you was thinking. I was like, we put down 25 million for career replacement, and last season, every time we're in this position, Korea comes on the pitch and he does something special. He gets the assist in the Leverkusen game to work at us 2-1 up. He creates the chance for Solot in the Celta Vigo game, right, last season as well. I don't know why there's so many red flags with Celta Vigo, but that gets us 1-1. And then he had another chance where we almost got 2-1. We almost won that game with the 10 men. And it's like the only other person I could think of who has that kind of impact is probably Raspadori in terms of like the Italian national team. I remember the Israel game that you reviewed the other day.
Exactly, uses energy. Like, like, I mean, you subbed him off pretty early in the Champions League game, uses energy. But then again, like, who would you bring off? Like, because again, you need someone in the box for the crosses.
I,
But after Julian Alvarez came off, there was no crosses, and this Sorloth was just there for nothing. And then you were like, oh fuck, like we need to change things now. So you subbed off Javi Galan as well. You brought in extra players just for that, just to fill the space. But then it didn't work out because everyone was all over the place.
I I don't know. I think in retrospect, we probably should have started Raspadori after the game that he gave us in Frankfurt, to be honest. Like, I think at first, like, he played like 45, 60 minutes in Frankfurt, but it was great. It was great minutes. Like, he was literally playing out of his mind. So I thought he would get rewarded. I don't know. Simeone likes to reward players who play poorly this season. I don't know what it is. You play really good, and then you just go straight to the bench. Like, Pubil and Jerry gave us a comeback against Rayo, and then they got no minutes. And and Raspberry had a great time, no minutes. Longley caused the errors, no problem, no problem.
I hope like whenever Longley is gonna come back from the this, I think it's gonna be just one match ban because it's the second yellow. So I think he'll come back in the game
He's
against.
also that's his fifth yellow as well, so shouldn't it be two?
I have no idea, but I think he. No, it is fourth yellow. Fourth yellow.
It's fourth
But
yellow of La Liga. Okay,
no, hang on. Are you saying that it's the fourth yellow for the first one or the fifth yellow for the second one?
I think it's the fifth yellow for the second one.
That's true. It's the fifth yellow for the second one. That's true. But then again, you got a red card, so I think everything cancels out. So that was a great tactic by a Longley. You see, you don't get it. That
All right.
was that was 4D chess.
Anyway, yeah,
But
that's all I have to say about that. I hope you enjoyed hearing our thought process on a lot of these things. We'll try and upload another thing on some interesting topics during the international week. Yeah, a little less busy this time, so we can do something for you. So
true. We were expecting this to be a little less, but wow, fuck. Okay, it got a little
yeah,
longer.
happens.
Yeah, exactly. And it's exactly the time span where Longley got sent off as well. So yeah, we're ending on a good note. But anyway, guys, like and subscribe as always, and keep supporting us. We'll see you guys soon. And until then, Atleti.